6 million uncollected PVCs. OSUN government pardons chicken thief after 10 years on death row. South Korean lawmakers impeach acting President DUCK-SOO. And in sports, Slot says, too early for Liverpool title talk. A very warm welcome to you. This is Malachite TV Global News, reaching you live from the city of Lokoja, the Confluence State of Nigeria. I am Gift Daniel. Thanks for joining. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has offered his heartfelt condolences to the government and people of India over the death of former India Prime Minister Dr. Manmohan Singh. In a statement issued on Friday by his Special Advisor on Information and Strategy, Bayo Onanuga, President Tinubu paid tribute to Singh's pivotal role in strengthening bilateral relations, with particular emphasis on partnerships in defense, trade, culture, education, health, science, technology, and ICT. Dr. Singh, who served as India's Prime Minister from 2004 to 2014, passed away on Thursday at the age of 92. His tenure is remembered for landmark achievements, including the establishment of a strategic partnership between Nigeria and India. Tinubu said that the historic significance of Singh's official visit to Nigeria in 2007, where he addressed a joint session of the National Assembly, underscored Singh's commitment to fostering closer ties between the two nations. He described Singh's leadership as a reference point in Nigeria-India relations and lauded his economic reforms, which steered India through challenging global times. The Independent National Electoral Commission is contemplating a policy to withdraw and destroy permanent voters' cards that remain uncollected for a decade. This recommendation was among 208 proposals arising from the Commission's review of the 2023 general elections. The move stemmed from the persistent issue of unclaimed PVCs, with over 6 million cards still uncollected as of the 2023 elections, including many issued as far back as 2015. Stakeholders in the post-election review recommended that INEC address the backlog of uncollected PVCs by implementing a policy to withdraw PVCs that remain uncollected for extended periods, starting with cards issued in 2015. The rationale is that these cards are unlikely to be claimed, and their retention clogs the voter management system. The Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom, has said he will support the re-election bid of President Bola Tinubu and that he has no regrets doing so during the 2023 presidential election. Wike, who was the governor of Rivers State for 8 years under the platform of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, supported Tinubu all the way till the latter became president. Tinubu, who won the election as the standards bearer of the All Progressives Congress, APC, in return appointed Wike as the FCT minister. The former governor of Rivers State has now said that he would do the same thing and support Tinubu's election bid if another opportunity comes. Wike, who said this during a Thanksgiving service in Ochigba by the PDP in Ahuada East and West local government areas of Rivers State, also thanked Tinubu for believing in him. In her usual remarkable display of kindness and generosity, a renowned philanthropist, DOYIN Eshanuni, has donated foodstuffs and 10,000 naira each to 400 widows in KOGI. Ibikunle Eshanuni has been bringing joy and relief to widows and vulnerable women in need through this charitable and non-governmental organization, NGO, DOYIN and Suzanne Foundation. She has been donating foodstuffs and cash to support these vulnerable women over and again in many rural communities in Yaba East local government area of Kogi State. Ibikunle Eshanuni, while distributing the items on Wednesday in Isonu, said the initiative was aimed to supporting widows and less privileged women in her community during Christmas, a time of exchanging gifts. The philanthropist noted the NGO has been helping vulnerable women through her monthly empowerment outreach to alleviate their suffering and improve their well-being and livelihoods. She added that the foundation also distributed foodstuffs to over 300 indigent women in rural communities during the Easter celebration. She stressed that the foundation has also been providing financial assistance to help the widows cover basic expenses such as rent, children's school fees, and medical care. She pointed out that the birth of Christ signifies God's love for mankind, stressing the need to regularly extend the same love to the vulnerable in society. Former Kaduna Central Senator Shehu Sani has described the Nigerian military leader, General Abdulrahman Teshani's claim of President Bola Tinubu's complicity in the formation of the Lakurawa terrorist organization as baseless. Sani stated that such a terrorist group could not be harbored in Nigeria, contrary to Teshani's assertion. In an interview with Radio Television du Niger, Teshani accused Tinubu of conniving with France to destabilize the Niger Republic. He alleged that the Lakurawa terrorist group, with the help of foreign security forces, including Nigerians, was responsible for the attack on the Niger-Benin oil pipeline on December 13, 2024, in Gaya-Doso region of Niger Republic. Reacting to the claims, Sani urged the Nigerian government and its Niger Republic counterparts to work together against terrorism. The Garu Malam local government area of Kano State has shut down the Kwana Gafan tomato market, allegedly turned into a place of prostitution, adultery, homosexuality, and other immoral activities. It was reliably gathered that the alleged immorality being perpetrated by some youth and married women within the premises of the market prompted the local council authority to take the action to restore sanity at the market. The council's chairman, Aminu Kadawa, who confirmed the development, said all occupants in the market were given a 7-day ultimatum to vacate the premises or face the full wrath of the law. He said, looking at how the market has become a center for prostitution and other immoral activities, contrary to the purpose of the market, it has to be closed indefinitely to restore sanity. The local government chairman added that a date will be announced on when the market will be reopened for normal activities. Now on crime. The governor of OSUN State, Ademola Adeleke, has pardoned Segun Olowo-Okere, the young man who was sentenced to death in Osun for stealing a chicken in November 2010. Olowo-Okere was granted a prerogative of mercy alongside 52 other convicts who had varying levels of sentences in correctional centers in Osun by the governor. According to the spokesperson for the Osun State Governor, Olawale Rashid, this pardon was in line with the recommendations of the State Advisory Council on the prerogative of mercy. Following the recommendations made to him by the State Advisory Council on the prerogative of mercy, he should exercise his power in relation to the said inmate in order to mark the 2024 Christmas celebration. The spokesperson also noted that the letter of commutation, which was dated December 24, 2024, has been received and acknowledged by the relevant prison authorities in Osun State. The young man was arrested alongside Sunday Morakinyo in 2010 and convicted of armed robbery and sentenced to death by an Osun State High Court in 2014. He was 17 years old at the time. Olowo-Okere and Morakinyo were accused of stealing 2 fowls and eggs from a policeman attached to the Divisional Police Headquarters, Okuku Tokwe Balogun. Both of them were also accused of robbing one Balogun Taye of his 2 mobile phones and attempting to rob another person, Umani Oyewo, in her house. Troops of the 1 Brigade in Sector 2 Joint Task Force, Northwest Operation Fansan Yama, have killed a notorious terrorist kingpin in Zamfara State. Alhaji Maoli was killed alongside other suspected terrorists on Thursday. The Coordinator Joint Media Coordination Center, Operation Fansan Yama, Lieutenant Colonel Abubakar Abdullahi, said the operation leading to Alhaji Mauli's death and that of others took place in Mai Sheka village close to Kunshin Cargo Town, which is one of the local communities that has suffered under Mauli's reign of terror. He said the operation followed an intelligence report about the activities of terrorists on motorcycles operating in the Bilbis axis of Bilbis district, Safe local government area of Zamfara State. In the wake of the development, Abdullahi said, Operation Fansanyama remains resolute in its mandate to pursue and neutralize all remaining terrorists and their collaborators across Joint Task Force theater of operation. No fewer than 23 suspected criminals were arrested for various degrees of crimes on Christmas Day. First Public Relations Office FPRO, ACP Muyiwa Adejobi, noted that the arrest followed the directive of the Inspector General of Police, IGP Kayode Adeolu Ebetokun, to commence informations to ensure adequate safety and security during the Yuletide. He added that the arrests were made across several states in the country, with multiple groups of armed robbers, cultists and hoodlums targeting phone seekers and engaging in gangsterism during Christmas celebrations, caught in police nets. According to Adejobi, on December 25, 2024, at around 1 a.m., the police operatives attached to Lagos State Command received a distress call that a group of hoodlums armed with dangerous weapons was operating around the Safejo area of Amukoko, Lagos State. In a similar development, police operatives attached to the Saminaka Division of the Kaduna State Command on December 25, 2024, at around 8 p.m., successfully apprehended one Sule Muhammad, 25 years, who had been actively involved in multiple kidnapping incidents within the Saminaka area. He added that the IGP has commended the officers involved in these operations for their vigilance and commitment to public safety, highlighting their display of exemplary dedication in safeguarding our communities, especially during this joyful season. The IGP urged the public to remain vigilant and report any suspicious activities to the authorities. We go on a short break. We'll be right back. Please stay with us.
From the entire staff of Bavon Communications Limited, owner of Malachite TV and Sharon Video Online, we wish you a Merry Christmas. Thank you, our clients and general audience, for believing in us. Let us do it better in 2025. And for us to serve you better, please keep watching and sharing our links and videos to attract more subscribers as they go viral. For more information or contributions and advert placement, please call the numbers displayed on your screen.
Welcome back. Thanks, you are still there. Next on our foreign news. South Korean lawmakers impeached the acting president on Friday as the country struggles to shake off political turmoil sparked by his predecessor's martial law declaration that shocked the world. DUCK-SOO took over as an acting president from President Yoon Suk-yeol, who was suspended following a parliamentary vote over his move to impose martial law on December 3rd. However, opposition MPs demanded Han, who is also Prime Minister, be removed from office as well, arguing that he had refused demands to complete Yoon's impeachment process and to bring him to justice. Counting for the impeachment was delayed as ruling People's Power Party (PPP) lawmakers protested in Parliament after Wu said only a simple majority was needed in the 300-member Parliament to proceed with the impeachment. PPP lawmakers began chanting angrily and many rushed towards Wu, demanding that he resign. They did not take part in the vote. It became the second impeachment of a South Korean head of state in just 2 weeks, adding to the turmoil of the country's dynamic political landscape. It was also South Korea's first impeachment of an acting president. A staff at a hospital in northern Gaza said the building has been surrounded by Israeli forces and they are being ordered to evacuate along with all patients, after reports of a nearby airstrike that the local health ministry said killed about 50 people. The hospital director, Dr. Hussam Abu Sefia, said in a post on social media early on Friday, Israeli forces are besieging Kamal Adwan Hospital and issuing orders for its evacuation. A nurse and a journalist inside the hospital, which is in the Enclave's built Lahia district, said the same. In audio messages, they said people there have been ordered to leave the hospital and go to the yard of the compound. Earlier on Friday, a video shared by nurse Walid AI Budi, who is also inside the hospital, showed a fire burning in the archive department of the hospital. Heavy gunfire can be heard in the background. Dr. Abu Safia has said the hospital and its surroundings has come under an onslaught of Israeli attacks in recent months. And according to the Ministry of Health in Gaza, and Dr. Abu Safia late on Thursday said about 50 people, including 5 medical workers, were killed after Israeli strikes nearby. Next is sports updates. KOGI State Association of Wrestling, in collaboration with the Confluence Wrestling Group, held their end-of-the-year party with special recognition of outstanding personalities. The head coach, Ojo John Ogoja, said that it has become imperative for them to hold the program to awaken the activities of wrestling in the state. He commended the governor, Ahmed Usman Ododo, for his unwavering support and development of sports activities. Ojo made the commendation at the maiden edition of the get-together held at the Confluence Stadium, Lokoja, the state capital. Our reporter tells us more.
Coach Ojo Ologoja took turns to explain what the game wrestling is and mentioned the different types of wrestling, including freestyle, traditional and professional wrestling, among others.
And what is pancreation? Pan is just a Latin word that means something that is meaning the one who can control one's body. Like pan, I hold you. How do I have the ability to control you? I control you from year to year so that I can succeed to gain entrance into your body system. That is pancreation wrestling. The other type of wrestling is the creation. Creation. How do you create into somebody's life? You create into somebody's life as a word of heritage using the form of martial art to defend yourself. We are wrestlers fighting according to the set down or the lay down rule by United World Wrestling Body. The rules are there. You can't hit somebody. You can't kick somebody. These are bad and negative wrestling. In wrestling, we have what is active wrestling, positive wrestling, negative wrestling.
Ojo also highlighted the basic skills in wrestling, and he said that the game of wrestling brings about social development and provide employment for the teeming youth in society.
Advice to the teeming youth in the society is they should look at sport as one of the avenue of excellence. They should look at sport as one of the avenue to make name. They should look at sport as one of the avenue to expose themselves to the world. You know, when you engage yourself in physical activities like sport, wrestling, it will help you to go a long way. It will help you to be employed. It will reduce social vices, juvenile delinquencies. It will reduce kidnapping. It will reduce armed robbery. And all this useless character exhibited by this small lad, it will reduce it totally. I look at the state. I just noticed that wrestling is gone down the drain, as if they've forgotten about us. Maybe because my predecessors, they've left and felt that without them, nothing can come forth. The Spirit of God just ministered to me and said, boy, you can do this. Boy, you can do what other people they have not done before. It's just our yearly wrestling fiesta performance we have just done this year. And this is the first of its kind since 32 years we have been established as a sport council in the state.
He commended Kogi State Governor Ahmed Usman Ododo for prompt payment of salaries and conscious efforts to develop sports activities in the state.
He's a governor that hears the cry of the masses to the core. It's like that man has an inborn, innate spirit in him to help the downtrodden, people that are dying, people that are crying, people that are forgotten, just like us who have been forgotten. Let me shock you. Ododo government is the first of its kind. Kogi State Sport Council, we have enjoyed dividends, our night allowance, our allowances, even to the children you saw this evening that compete and perform excellently in our exhibition. ODOD is the best and good governor that made us proud in the just concluded 8th National Youth Games held in Asaba, September this year, 2024. He did well that everybody was talking of him, that I wish Ododo would be given 3-10 office. So that, you know, when this man is given the opportunity to rule and to rule and to rule and to rule, you know what it means, my sister. For this same governor to pay our salary on the 14th of December, my sister, people are dying. But Ododo brought job. Ododo brought happiness. Ododo brought, he removed sorrow. You know, when somebody came and he removed tears from your eye, you know what it means. God will keep him for us.
Ojo appealed to the governor for sports facilities to aid them in performing well.
I will want or wish the governor to come to our aid. We don't have wrestling mat at all. No facilities in the sport council. We don't even have vehicle. The competition we just went, the one I told you now, Asaba 2024, the 8th edition, we don't have vehicle. No vehicle at all. No vehicle at all. But I just want to appreciate my amiable director of sport, Obakachi Onipe. He has done so well. In his own little way and in his own little capacity, he has made us proud. He is part of the contributor to what I have just done today. And another thing not to forget in a moment, my president, Mr. Ayodeji Ojuekayi. In fact, he contributed wonderfully to this program we just concluded now.
Many were recognized for their outstanding performances in sporting activities in the state.
Congratulations.
One of the awardees and one-time coach, Moses Ekoteme, expressed his appreciation to the organizers and called on the government and community to support sports and its affairs in the state. Moses also commended the state governor for his contribution towards development of sports in the state.
I don't even need to go to describe it, because I never know that a day like this will come at this community. I have a lot of them in this state that we have trained. Some of them are in Canada. So many that scatter all over. All our athletes that are there in the other states, doing their state proud. Please, we want, I am pleading, using this medium to appeal to the government to help us. I know government alone cannot do it. First of all, I cannot just conclude my speech without appreciating the governor of the state. Because without him, we will not have any opportunity here. I know what is happening here. He's not here now, he's going to have into it. So he has only the government cannot do it. I am appealing to so that in Lagos State, we have so many companies that are helping the state, Lagos State, even both in Delta State. But here, we have nothing. When you take a look at what is happening here, it's nothing to write about the wrestling equipment. But still, we still train here and go outside there and bring medals to the state. Like, let me just give you a few history of a festival. We went to Lagos, Eko. We won one bronze. I think we won one bronze there. We went to Abuja. Out of the state medal, I led the team to there. Out of the 8 medals that the state won, the wrestling alone will win 4 medals. In youth game, the same thing. We dominate everywhere.
He advocated better sports reforms in the state and encouraged schools and parents to encourage their students and children in sports early in life, saying it is good to encourage their minds to think positive things to shun crimes.
I'm appealing to everybody, both parents, schools, government, to come and assist them for that's wrestling. We need them. I want them to be seeing their children performing in national television or international television. Thank you. Sport is good. Sport took the children out of crime in the streets. When they are here training, they will not have that mind of go and take gun, pursue people up and down. After training here, they go home, relax. You see, this sport is just like you are living human being. Immediately you are going to the wrestling, into the sport, your brain always correct. You do something when your partner in the school or anywhere cannot do. Why? Because your brain is working all the time.
A wrestler, Yusuf Yakubu, said that the game has exposed them to the world, and while promising to do more for the state's wrestling sports, he called on the state government to invest in sports activities to boost the state economy and human capital.
It's all about fight. I know it's a game that when you join, you enjoy it, and you'll be exposed to it. I'm happy that the medal is presented to me. By the grace of God, I put in my more effort to represent KOGI in 2025 National Sports Festival that will be held in Ogun State. KOGI State Wrestling have not went to any game without bringing medal to the state. You can check the record.
He used the occasion to request sponsorship and support to participate as state wrestlers in all competitions in 2025. Part of the highlights of the event is the display of various skills to entertain the guests. The event attracted old and young sportsmen and women, including their fans. Wrestling, the original sport, is the most reviewed game in the world. It is not only seen by adults, but the children also. The children like it much better. If well planned and executed, it can generate millions of naira, including reducing unemployment in society. I am Faith Adike reporting for MSC TV.
Liverpool boss Arne Slot said it was too early to say his side were on course for the Premier League title after a 3-1 win over Leicester extended their lead at the top of the table. Liverpool moved 7 points clear of second place Chelsea with a game in hand, although Arsenal can climb to within 6 points when they host Ipswich on Friday. But Dutch manager Slot, in his first season in charge since succeeding Jurgen Klopp, remains cautious about the prospect of bringing the Premier League title to Anfield for the first time since 2020. And from our entertainment desk, Nollywood actress Keaton Bukola has spoken about her fears of getting married. The actress, during the latest episode of Talk to B podcast, reveals that she never experienced the love and care of a father. Recounting her childhood experience, she explained that her fear stems from a desire to provide her kids with a stable and loving home that she never did. Recall that Bukola announced her engagement in November 2022, but the relationship ended 2 months after over alleged infidelity. Jigawa State has been thrown into mourning following a double tragedy that struck Governor Malam Umar Namadi, who lost his biological mother and first son within 24 hours. Governor Namadi, who was away in China, returned to the devastating news of his mother, Mariam Namadi's death. However, the sorrow deepened when his 24-year-old son, Abdulwahab Umar Namadi, died in a fatal car crash just hours after his return. Reports indicate that Abdulwahab was traveling from Kafin Hausa to Duse with friends when the tragic accident occurred along the Duse-Kafin Hausa road. Sources reveal that Abdulwahab lost control of the vehicle, causing it to somersault. While Abdulwahab died on the spot, his friends sustained varying degrees of injuries and are currently receiving treatment at Duse General Hospital. The late Abdulwahab was laid to rest in Kafin Hausa, according to Islamic rites, just a day after his grandmother's burial. The series of tragedies has left the Namadi's family and the entire state in deep grief, with sympathizers flooding the governor's residence to pay condolences. Governor Namadi's loss has drawn widespread reactions from political leaders, traditional rulers, and citizens who have expressed their solidarity and offered prayers for the family during this challenging time. On behalf of the academic board, management staff, and students of Kogi State Polytechnic, Lokoja, deeply commiserate with the family of a former registrar of the institution, Matthew Enejo Ocholi, who died on Thursday, 26 December 2024, of a brief illness. The Kogi State Polytechnic extends their deepest commiseration to the immediate family, kinsmen, associates of the deceased, and the good people of Agbokete, Akpanya in Igalamela Odoluluku government over the irreplaceable loss. The entire Polytechnic community is in deep shock and sorrow over the sudden demise of such a diligent, selfless, and intelligent public servant who gave his all not just to the Polytechnic but the service of humanity as a whole. The Polytechnic remains consoled by the impressive records of resourcefulness and professionalism which were the hallmarks of his service to the institution. We pray God in his infinite mercy to grant his family, friends, well-wishers, associates, and the entire Polytechnic community the strength to bear this loss. May God forgive his shortcomings and grant him eternal rest. Amen. And this is where we wrap it up on today's news. For more information or contributions and advert placement, please call the numbers displayed on your screen. Join us daily to watch our news and other exciting programs that would brighten your day. You can also subscribe to all our social media handles to watch our previous and subsequent programs. We are Malakite TV, reaching everywhere, informing everyone. Please be your brothers and sisters keeper to build a happier and better society together. Thanks for watching. I am Gift Daniel. Bye for now.